Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a video about 5 things that I absolutely hate about this truck. Now before we start, let me just say I absolutely love this truck. I've had no problems with it. It is very reliable. It is my daily driver. But there are a few things that I would change about it. The first thing being, I wish I would have gotten a mega cab dually. This is only a quad cab, and although the quad cab is okay, it can be a little bit tight, especially if you're a full-size adult. If you have kids, it might not be that big of an issue, but the quad cab is smaller than even the current style crew cabs. So if I would have gotten at least a crew cab, that would have been okay, but preferably a mega cab. And then the dually. I don't really need the extra towing capacity of a dually, but it wouldn't hurt. You know, I wouldn't mind it. And I actually like the look of a stand-style dually. So maybe down the road I could look into getting a 5th gen mega cab dually, but we'll see what happens. And second, the wheels and tires. These wheels and tires are okay, but there's not a whole lot of offset on these. These are 35s, but although it does have some offset, I wish I would have got a more aggressive rim. Maybe down the road I could look into getting some American Forces, something a little more stance on them. These are okay, but a little bit more stance would be nice. And then the third thing is the interior. The interior is very plain. For 2009 it's okay, but nothing fancy. And this is a Lone Star trim model. It did not have the double din radio. It had a din and a half, so I did have to do that aftermarket. It did not have Bluetooth or a backup camera on the stock radio, so I had to replace that. But just the overall interior looks very plain, very boring, nothing fancy. And then the fourth thing is the key. This is a diesel truck and it does not have remote start. I think that is a necessity for all diesel trucks. I mean, there's no point of sitting in your truck waiting for it to warm up for 15 minutes every morning. Now I did solve that with an aftermarket remote start, but I feel like for the price of these trucks it really should have been standard option, but whatever. I mean, aftermarket usually solves problems. So the remote is aftermarket, it is aftermarket radio, so I did solve those problems, but I feel like that should have been solved from the factory. And the fifth thing, the exhaust is pretty much obnoxious at this point. It is a 5-inch straight pipe, no muffler, no EGR. It has been fully deleted, and it is turned down right behind the rear axle. It can be a little annoying at times. For the most part I love the way the truck sounds, but there are a few times where I'm like, yeah, it can be a little obnoxious. I've thought about putting a muffler on it, try to cut down on the noise, but I don't know. I'm not a muffler kind of guy. I'm thinking more maybe compounds help cut down on the engine noise and maybe get a little bit more turbo spool. But we'll see what happens. So overall, I do love the truck, but there are those 5 things that I would change about it. So we're thinking, might get some American Force wheels. Might change that up, get something a little more aggressive. Maybe some compounds down the road, cut down on the noise, but we'll see what happens. As always, thanks for watching. Have a good day.